I'm so glad you're here whenever and wherever here is for you today. I'm glad you are practicing. So we are going to get started. And as I mentioned just before, that we are starting today's practice a little bit different, just starting with a little bit of grounding. So go ahead and either sit down on your sit bones or lie down on your back or come into your child's pose or puppy dog if you feel the need to put your head down. Just find a place where you are going to be supported, where you're going to feel stable and steady, where you feel at ease, where you feel comfortable. And if you're feeling joyful today, I'm not going to take that away from you. But I'm also, if you're not feeling joyful at this moment, not going to insist that you feel joyful. I'm just going to ask you to get stable and steady. Feel a little bit of ease and a little bit of comfort. Know that you are supported. Close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. And then let's set a group intention. May all of us together be protected. May all of us together be nourished. May we work together with great energy. May our study together be brilliant and effective. May we not hate or dispute with one another. May there be peace within us, peace all around us, peace to and from everything and everyone we encounter. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Deep open mouth sigh. Deep breath in through your nose. Deep sigh out. Take the deepest breath you've taken all day. Open your mouth and sigh it out. And then as you inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose, bring your awareness to your foundation, to your asana, to your seat on the physical level. What is supporting you physically in this moment? Allow yourself to be supported. And consider, just as you have physical support in this moment, you have mental and emotional support. We are all here together, even when we're in different spaces. We're all supporting each other mentally, emotionally, and energetically. So allow yourself to be supported and also recognize that you are supporting someone. It is as if each and every one of us has a hand resting in support at the back of each and every heart. So someone is holding your heart in this moment. I am supporting your heart in this moment. So take a moment to breathe into that support. We sometimes do a little metta meditation, offering safety and love and kindness, offering well-being to everyone, everywhere. There is also a karuna, a compassion meditation, which I'm going to offer you today. This is one of those things that, like the metta meditation, like the loving kindness meditation, you could start with yourself and then extend it out. Although with compassion, sometimes it is easier to send it out to someone else than it is to offer it to yourself. So just take a moment to consider where you are today. There's a lot of people that could use your compassion, a lot of your neighbors, family, friends that could use your compassion today. And so there's no right or wrong way to do this, as long as you're willing to do it. So take a moment to decide if you want to offer yourself a little compassion today, if you want to offer someone else specifically compassion today, or if you want to hold in your heart, if you have the capacity to hold in your heart a group of people and you're willing to do that, then do so. And then picture yourself or a person, that specific person or those group of people. And in your mind, say to them, I see your suffering. I care about your suffering. May you be free of suffering. May the causes and conditions of your suffering end. I see your suffering. I care about your suffering. May you be free of suffering. May the causes and conditions of your suffering end. I see your suffering. I care about your suffering. May you be free of suffering. May the causes and conditions of your suffering end. And if you're a hugger, you can mentally, metaphorically, emotionally give yourself or that specific person or those people a hug in your mind's eye. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Deep open mouth sigh. Deep breath in through your nose. Deep sigh out. Take the deepest breath you've taken all day. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Gently rock your head side to side. Gently bring motion to your fingers and toes. Being mindful of the space around you, inhale your arms overhead and take a full body stretch. Reach through your fingers, reach through your toes. And then as you exhale, you've got about a minute to make your way up into your standing position where we normally start on Saturdays, or even into a seated position if you're going to stay seated for the practice. And you have those 60 seconds, well, 54, 56 seconds now. So you don't have to rush, right? You can take your time. Just knowing that you have to go somewhere, you have to be somewhere might feel a little bit like your buttons are being pushed to rush, 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 but you've got time here. And this is like a low-hanging fruit when it comes to someone pushing your button, saying there's a time limit, right? But you can still practice the 4 R's. This is a good time to recognize when your buttons are getting pushed and things are escalating. Refrain from your knee-jerk reaction, which may be to push back, to rush, or to slow down. Relax, even if you just take a breath, like pause and take a breath. And resolve to move forward, centered and grounded. And I always like to add that 5th R. Remember why you are doing what you're doing. Remember why you are here. Once you're either standing or seated, if you're going to stay seated for the practice, inhale, stretch your arms out as wide as they'll go. As you exhale, give yourself a bear hug. I'd suggest dominant arm on top, and then inhale, stretch your arms out, and exhale, change the cross of your arms. And you can continue like that, or you could do a little havening, hold a hug, maybe rub your upper arms or squeeze your upper arms, drop your forehead down to your elbows or a cheek over to a shoulder. You can sway side to side. If you have some affirmations you like to do, you can do that. If you want to repeat that karuna meditation, you could do that. And then if you're havening, make sure you do the other side. I'll talk more about the 4 R's, about that practice, exactly a month from today. That's normally when I start talking about it in depth. And then once you've balanced out your movement, as you inhale, stretch your arms out. Exhale, relax your arms down. Take a moment to separate your feet, toes out, heels in. And then we're going to start with the modified variation. So take a deep breath in. As you exhale, rotate your upper body to the left so your right heel lifts up. Inhale to center. Exhale, rotate to the right so your left heel lifts up. Elbows are soft, so maybe you tap yourself in the back around the kidneys. Maybe you tap yourself in the front or along the collarbone around the top of the kidney meridian. You could take one or both arms overhead, get a little lateral extension. If you have low back issues, if you have hip flexor issues, I recommend continuing with this variation. Sometimes this is a good prenatal option. If you need a modified variation, this is the one to do. Everyone else, keep your arms down low, and when you rotate to the left, kick your left leg in front of you to the right. It doesn't have to be a high kick, but it could be a high kick. When you rotate to the right, kick your right leg in front of you to the left. Again, it could be a high kick, could be a low kick. It's up to you, up to how your body feels today. Throughout this last week, I've asked a lot of questions, like typical philosophical questions. Like, and some of them have been really practical, like, are you keeping your foundation in mind? Yes, all kinds of different questions. And one of the questions that comes up a lot in the practice is, how do you cope with what ails you? And does the way you cope alleviate suffering or create more? I use that karuna meditation anytime that I feel like there's so much overwhelming suffering around me or within me. If you took your arms overhead, start to wind your arms down. And also do that metta meditation, the loving kindness meditation, just for a moment to remember what's important. Remember my metaphorical or spiritual foundation. And then make your way back into samasthiti, equal standing. Hands at heart center, or one hand at your heart, one hand at your belly. And take a moment to bring your awareness to your goal, your desire, your reason for being on the mat today. Like, what's your interior motivation? What's that little seed that you're planting inside of your heart? And then maybe, as we're coming into this waning period with the moon, maybe it's something that no one else knows about but you. No one else really knows how deep those roots go but you. Like, when I go for my walks, nobody knows what's going on in my head. Nobody knows I'm meditating while I'm walking. So you have this seed that you've planted, but it could also benefit those around you. So bring your awareness to someone around you, someone you'd like to energetically support as we move through this practice. Maybe it's the same person or people that you were thinking about earlier, or maybe someone else. But either way, offer up your efforts as a loving and compassionate dedication. Let's unify the breath. Exhale all your air out. Take the deepest breath you've taken all day. Open your mouth and sigh it out. And then breathe in through your nose and exhale through your nose. Fill up as you inhale. Empty out completely as you exhale. Next time you inhale, blink your eyes open. As you exhale, relax your arms down. And then you can have your feet together or apart. Remember, you could do this with your back up against the wall, but either way, find that samastitihi, equal standing. Spread your toes, big toes, little toes, both sides of the heels pressed down. Kneecaps are lifted, thighs firm. One hand at your belly, one hand at your back. Brush the hand and back down so your sit bones drop down, pubic bone lifts up. And continue zipping up. Squeeze your perineum muscles together like you're trying not to go to the bathroom. Belly button up and back, or close that funky zipper. Bring both hands to your belly and use your thumbs to let your low ribs tuck in, and then relax your arms by your sides. Changing as little as possible as you inhale, lift your arms overhead, shoulders down your back, or maybe you have shoulder issues and you just lift your arms to shoulder height. Squeeze your shoulder blades down your back. If you lifted your arms overhead, rotate the pointy part of your elbows towards your nose, so they're also pointing in the direction of your toes. And the next time you exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Interlace your fingers into a giant fist. As you inhale, press your interlaced palms away from your body. Exhale, draw the shoulders down and back. You can do scapula push-ups here, pushing the whole girdle forward as you inhale, drawing them back as you exhale. You can just hold your shoulders down and back. In yoga and Samkhya, 2 of the 6 darshas or Indian philosophies, there are these powers, these siddhis, that are described as unique to being human. Like there's a lot of siddhis and powers, but there are some in particular that are described as unique to being human. Keeping your shoulders down low, you could stay here if you have rotator cuff issues or other shoulder girdle issues. Everyone else, as you inhale, lift your interlaced palms overhead. As you exhale, bend your elbows so the backs of your hands come to the top of your head or to the front of your chest. Either way, press the shoulders down, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Keeping your interlaced palms together as you inhale, press your palms away from your body. Exhale, draw the backs of your hands back towards your body. Inhale, triceps engaged. Exhale, biceps engaged. Do that one more time. And the next time you inhale, press your interlaced palms away from your body and hold and breathe, shoulders down your back. Honestly, some of the siddhis seem very much like Marvel Universe powers or Jedi Knight tricks. But there's other ones that we do every day. We just might not think that we're doing them or actually cultivate our ability to do them as well as possible. Next time you inhale, lift your fingertips up. Exhale, relax your arms down. You can take a moment to wiggle out a little bit. And then as you inhale, separate your feet a little bit, shoulders down your back as you exhale. As you inhale, stretch your arms out and up. Exhale, squat down, wrap your arms around your legs. You can keep your heels on the mat, shoulders over your hips. Press down as you inhale, stretch back up. Exhale, squat down. Do that one more time, and then prenatal variation is to continue as you are. Everyone else, you have the option next time you exhale to lower down to your back. And then take a supine full body stretch as you inhale, and then exhale, take that supine bear hug. And then if you are still standing, next time you exhale, you can either have a seat or lie down on your back. If you're on your back or moving to your back, as you inhale, take a full body stretch. And then as you exhale, let your arms relax by your hips. You can let your legs stretch out in Shavasana, heels a little wider than your hips, or you could bend your knees if you need more back support. So your feet are flat on the floor, as wide as your hips or as wide as your mat. That's a neutral spine position, but you can also tip your knees together. If you want a little adduction, or take the knees apart, feet together, like a prayer for that supine bound angle pose to activate your abductors. Even if you take the prenatal option of curling up on your left side with a little cushion under your head and in between your legs, take a moment to relax here. Take a moment to release here. Relax your jaw, relax your belly, and breathe here. Take a moment to get rid of your physical fidgets so your body can be still. And then so your mind can be quiet. Fix your gaze on something that's not moving. You can gaze at your third eye, the space between your eyebrows, about 1 inch into your forehead, 1/2 inch above there, or your heart center, or the tip of your nose. As I mentioned, those 6 powers or siddhis that are described as unique to being human are things that we do every day, right? Like we use our words every day. Shabda, that's the second power. We use our words every day. But there's also this power to study, analyze, and comprehend abstract ideas, no matter how they are effectively or ineffectively communicated. And there's a power to eliminate threefold sorrow, physical, mental, and spiritual, which we started doing just by coming to the practice. but also started doing with that karuna meditation today. We also have the power to cultivate a good heart, finding friends. And the power of dana, which is the ability to give what is legally our own. But it's not just finances, like there's all kinds of things that we could give. In fact, today I want you to go a little deeper into some of the things that you could give that would not only eliminate threefold sorrow, but also help you cultivate friends. We're going to do a little guided relaxation here, a little body scan here. But I want you to first relax your jaw, relax your belly, bring awareness to the parts of your body that are touching the floor, touching the mat, touching a prop, even a chair, and allow yourself to be supported here as your breath flows freely in and ebbs freely out. And now I want you to imagine, visualize that just beyond your feet, there is a ball of energy, a ball of light. It's a ball of healing energy that's just beyond your feet and just above your feet. And it's starting to move towards you. And then takes a moment to pause along your lower body so that the soles of your feet, your toes, the sides of your feet, heels, tops of your feet, ankles, calves, shins, knees, hamstrings, and quadriceps, your whole thighs, even your pelvic floor, right at the base of your pelvic floor, is all illuminated with this light that's coming from that ball of healing energy. And the light, when it surrounds your lower body, surrounds your legs and your feet, is red. And as you breathe awareness into your lower body, the light gets brighter. And as you exhale, you relax and release, sinking down towards the center of the earth. As the ball of energy shifts up your body, your awareness shifts and the light changes. So the light changes to orange as it moves to your hips and the lower portion of your abdominal cavity. And so inside and outside, you're infused with this orange light. And as you breathe awareness into your hips, into your sacrum, into your low back and the lower portion of your abdominal cavity, that light, that orange light gets brighter, and you relax, release, and rest your low back, your sacrum, your hips. When the ball of healing energy moves up your body, the color changes to yellow when it gets to your solar plexus. And so now your solar plexus is shining with that light that looks like the color of a child's drawing of the sun. They're just shining so brightly. Every time you inhale, the light gets brighter. And every time you exhale, you just kind of melt down into that sunshine, almost like a cat or a dog or anyone really, just taking a moment to get lazy in the sun, soak up the rays. And then that ball of energy shifts up a little higher to your heart center. And now it also expands out a little bit to the left and to the right. So it includes your fingers, the palms of your hands, backs of your hands, your wrist, your forearms, your elbows, your upper arms, your shoulders, your armpits, and your whole upper torso. And the light is green. And so as you inhale, that green light that infuses you gets brighter. And as you exhale, your upper body, your shoulders relax, release, and rest. as the light shifts up to your throat chakra. It also includes your collarbones and the lower portion of your face, your lips, your teeth, the lower portion of your ears. And the color is blue, any hue that means something to you. And that blue light gets brighter as you inhale. And your jaw, your neck, and your throat relax, release, and rest as you exhale. When the ball of energy shifts up, that light almost seems to be the absence of light now. It's a indigo, a dark blue that appears black, or a violet that looks black. And it covers your third eye, your eyelids, the upper portion of your ears, your temples, and even the back of your head. It's just like a ribbon of that black, indigo, violet light. And so it turns your awareness inward, in to see all of that healing energy within you and all around you, spinning in a way that creates more healing. Every time you inhale, more relaxation, more release of what you no longer need as you exhale. And now that light moves up, that ball of energy moves and shrinks down. So it's just lighting the very top of your head with this pale violet that almost appears to be white. Maybe there are gold flecks in it, but just covers the top of your head. And as you inhale into your crown chakra, as you inhale into the very top of your head, as you exhale, release any tension at the top of your head. Every time you inhale, that white light gets brighter. And as you exhale, you release, relax, and rest the top of your head. Now bring your awareness back to that ball of energy floating just a couple of feet, 2 or 3 feet above your head. Bring your awareness to how it is full of all the different colors. It is iridescent, shimmering with the lights moving around inside of it. And if you wanted to, if you chose to, you could bring your mind up inside of that ball of light so that you're sitting inside of the light, looking down at yourself, sitting or lying down, or in your child's pose or puppy dog, and look down at how you are shining so brightly here, and how you are relaxing, releasing, and resting here. Whatever ease you're feeling, whatever freedom and liberation you're feeling, whatever joy or peace you're feeling, just drip down from your crown chakra, down your spine, all the way down to the soles of your feet. So that your whole system is flooded with that peace and that ease and that joy and that freedom and that liberation from suffering. Feel free to stay here as long as you'd like. If you'd like to be guided into a seated position for a little pranayama, reawaken your body. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Deep open mouth, sigh. Deep breath in through your nose. Deep sigh out. Gently rock your head side to side. Gently bring motion to your fingers and toes. Being mindful of the space around you, inhale your arms overhead and take a full body stretch. Reach through your fingers, reach through your toes. As you exhale, bend your knees, walk your feet in toward your seat, extending through your low back. Prenatal variation is to roll to the left, everyone else roll to the right. Please take a moment to be here. Take a moment to breathe here. And then use the strength of your arms to press up to a comfortable seated position. Eyes closed if that's comfortable for you. Hands on your thighs. Palms down if you want to be grounded. Palms up if you want a little energy. If you have unregulated blood pressure or eye issues like glaucoma, just naturally breathe in and naturally breathe out. Everyone else, take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold the breath if you're able at the top of the breath. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Inhale through your nose, filling up. Hold the breath if you're able. Open your mouth, sigh it out. One more time, deep breath in. Hold the breath if you're able. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Do 2 more breaths just like that. Take the deepest breath you've taken all day. Hold the breath if you're able. Take another little sip of air in. Hold that. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Take a moment to rub your palms together, create a little heat, a little energy, a little awareness. And then bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, and soak up that heat, that energy, that awareness. You can take your hands to any other part of your being, any other part of your body that needs a little extra heat or energy or awareness. And then shake out your hands and we'll seal in the practice. You can bring your hands back together at heart center or switch which hand is at your heart, which hand is at your belly. Since we started with the karuna meditation, we're going to end with the metta meditation. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and be free. Bring your thumbs to your forehead. May our thoughts, bring your thumbs to your mouth, our words, and then bring your thumbs to your heart and our deeds somehow contribute to that happiness and that freedom for all. Peace within us, peace all around us, peace to and from everything and everyone we encounter. And take a moment to honor that peace, which, like love and kindness and freedom, as well as generosity, begins within. As you inhale, lift your thumbs to your third eye, and as you exhale, bow forward. Namaste. Thank you all very much. And that's the practice. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your practice. Please like, share, comment with kindness, and when you do, please